If your pack is more than 100 pounds,
day 3, day 0 through 3, the time I got here with my mom, till my third night. So my third night was actually at a hostel, which was awesome. I did, first night was tenting, second night was shelter, and third night was hostel. Knocked out all 3 pretty quickly. But yeah, here is our update. We're doing really well. So we're kind of start out physically, because I want to break up this video with a couple different sections. So we got physically, back's doing great. Got your normal soreness from carrying weight on your back. My knee has been the only worry. My right knee was feeling pain a little bit before the trail, but been wearing a compression sleeve the entire time, and that's made a huge difference on worry. But it's still there, that worry of, oh no, is it gonna get better? Is something actually wrong with it? Am I gonna blow my knee out? This and that. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of stretches. So first day was the approach trail. That was about 8.5 miles or something like that. And that was a great day. Great first day. Was feeling it a little bit, but that's your common first day of actually being out here hiking. because you'll see that it was all those stairs in the beginning for the falls, and then continuing on, just getting used to this style of terrain pretty much. And then went to Springer Mountain and got to Springer Mountain, a beautiful spot. And I can't believe, like, I was like, I finally made it to the first white blaze, which means that's when the Appalachian Trail actually starts, since the beginning was the approach to it. Oh, beautiful view, very historical spot because they have the sign, and just it really does feel like a great accomplishment for the first day being out here. So then day 2, physically, we woke up, was, a little bit sore, but man, I was cooking it. I was booking it, and got to Hawk Mountain, and that shelter was about 8 miles away, and I got there at 2 o'clock afternoon. I'm like, man, I'm feeling good. I rested for about an hour, and then I was like, you know what? If I can make it to Gooch Shelter, that is mile 15 point something, almost 16 miles, then, that's going to be a big accomplishment. But I was like, I know I need to stick to my more 8-mile, 10-mile days. And I was like, I can't tell, I'm feeling good, probably all the adrenaline and excitement going, but I said, you know what? Me and this guy that I met, he was ready to continue too. So I was like, let's do it. So started going, and I was feeling it halfway. I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to make it, but I know there's not really good spots that I really want to stop at on the way for campsites or views or anything to where it would be worth, pitching a tent for the night. So got to Justice Creek, which that's actually where he stayed. I was like, oh, the shelter is only 1.5 miles away. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put on my big boy pants and continue on. So I made it right at, I think, 6:15, and the sun was coming down. I'm like, oh, it's getting close. But when I got there, all the camp spots were, those were all taken. So I had to go in the shelter, which I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with it, but I am nervous with this whole mice thing, and really how is it being in a shelter? But there were 3 guys on the bottom, and nobody was on the little second top section. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go on that platform. And luckily no one else got there, so I was the only one on the platform, and slept really well, better than I thought being on the platform. But I did hear mice. Oh, they were running on the roof. I'm pretty sure none actually got where I was, or even where the guys were underneath me, but I did hear some kind of trap or something that buzzed a couple times when the mice were going crazy, and then they would buzz and they would stop for a moment. But yeah, other than that went well. Snoring was actually way better than I thought. One guy below me was snoring just a little bit, but still managed to get some sleep in. Got up and started nice and early, but I was like, I am really feeling my leg. My knee was so sore, no pain, but my right knee was really feeling. I'm like, oh, did I push it way too far? I think I did. So I was like, okay, I know I can't stop in this 5-mile area where you have to have a canister because I have my bear bag. I'm like, there is a hostel I remember seeing in the beginning that looked really fun and interesting because it was brand new, called Hidden Pond. And so I was like, okay, we'll just go, and then if I need to stop, I'll stop. About 5 miles in, it was around right at noon, so I was like, it's perfect time. In 5 miles, I'll take lunch. And then with that, there was a guy in the parking lot that I was overhearing him saying Hidden Pond. I was like, oh, let me go talk to him. So I walked up to him, and yeah, he happened to be shuttling people there. So I just hopped on in and was like, you know what, will be my hostel day. I really do need to rest. And then with resting, I knew that my knee will be better, and I'll be doing the smart thing to actually take my time. And that's what I did. So all on my 3rd day, it was pretty much the 5 miles, had lunch, and then went to the hostel at Hidden Pond. And it was a great experience. I was definitely going in a little trying to check out the vibe, a little nervous. It's the first time I've been in a hostel, especially for this situation. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, it went really, really well. Went into a bunk because I was like, well, I'm here, I might as well sleep on a bunk bed instead of doing the tent and stuff. But really good priced. Had a fantastic dinner. They had snacks, they had pop and Gatorade waters and stuff, and everything was reasonably priced in that factor of supplying. But I didn't have to resupply yet because I've been hitting some trail magic, which you might see a couple pictures in with this, to where like I had burgers and eggs and oh, so good. But yeah, so physically the 3 days are great, and very happy that God's blessing me with the ability to actually physically do this, and then just to keep trusting him that he'll heal my knee, he'll heal anything that's sore, and just to take my time and really listen and focus on my body and what it is that he wants me to do with resting or pushing or anything like that. Mentally, every time I meet somebody and I have someone to talk to mentally, oh, doing great. But there's like these times when I'm sleeping and it's like I wake up and I'm like, wait, I'm not home, I'm actually out here, and I'm gonna be out here for 6 months. And that kind of hit me a little bit the second night more than the first, because the first night I know it's the first night, but the second night was feeling that. And yeah, even when in the bunk at the hostel, I remember waking up and I was like, oh, it's only day 3 out of like 100 and 70 days or whatever it is. So I was like, oh, but mentally staying strong, got a lot of social experiences with all these people, just talking and getting texts from people that are been coming in when I'm hitting service, and everything from like, especially the preparation to this, been listening to voice memos and reading different messages and letters that were sent, which I'm telling you, it's great encouragement. It's something that definitely helps me push forward because I have so many people behind my back with this. And yeah, so mentally we're going, our gears are turning, we're working. And for spiritually, yeah, it was definitely hard in the second day. First day I could feel God really being like, you got this, feeling him really speak to me like, this is what it's going to be like to just be out here as a man who follows Christ, that there's going to be so many people that may not even know who he is. And I was really feeling that in the fact that I really have to hold myself up, not fall into temptation and everything, just to really stay focused on like who I am, what I believe, and don't fall into that temptation, especially with bad attitudes, staying positive, knowing that God's guiding me, so I'm happy, and to always be showing that true joy that I have, because I am a follower of Christ. And then I was doing some reading, a lot of Romans, where it was focusing on how to be a Christian, and getting that full reminder of what it is, especially now that I'm away from church, now that I'm away from so many people that are true Christians and that are walking that path that they're walking in with Christ. And it's like, people out here may not be like that, so I'm not around that 24/7. So being able to take what I came from and bring it here in a way that it's still exactly the same authenticity that I am there makes a big difference, and was really speaking or hearing that for my first actually couple nights. When I did get to the hostel, I did a lot more socializing to really like get used to the fact that I'm meeting all these strangers, doing all those basic questions, like, why are you doing the trail, this and that. Was able to, really easily just, start off just being like, yeah, I'm a part of youth ministry, and that did spark some interest, but definitely nobody really questioned anything. I have my Christian flag, which is awesome, which you can see kind of right there. And some people on the trail have been like, oh, are you a chaplain or anything? And I was like, oh no, I'm just a man who's following Christ, and just wanted to represent him as he's my guidance out here. And have had some good responses, but I'm still trying to learn how to engage conversation the way that God wants me to, instead of just being like someone that's like, oh, do you know Christ? Like this and that. Like to really like, because a lot of these people I'm meeting multiple times. So to be able to just be me and be who I am, with, you know, with God guiding me, bringing that light, bringing that peace and joy that I have, and then allow him to speak through me when that time comes, when it's, you know, appropriate, you know, everything like that. So that way also that, you know, it helps, you know, just get to know somebody without trying to shut anybody out, or them trying to shut me out just because I mentioned anything that had to do with God. But yeah, it's been a great start. But yeah, only 3 days out of lots to come. And right now I'm just, you know, chilling for a little bit to talk to you guys, because it's been pretty hard to really just take time and sit and talk when so many people are around me, especially in this beginning part, that I didn't want to, you know, just pull up my phone and start blabbering on. But yeah, that is the update. So we are actually right now, presently, I'm on day 4, but that is surely to come. Thank you guys.